5, 6, 7. It's a message. Oh, it's a message. Oh, it's a message. Oh, it's a message. Oh,
we invite you to join us as we have a therapeutic conversation for queer women of color when they find that the life script is not enough.
It's going to be every other week. We're going to bring our real, authentic take on life, liberty, and finding happiness. It's a message, but it's okay.
And if you vibe, we tribe.
Oh, it's a message. Oh, it's a message. Oh, it's a message. Oh, it's a message. Oh. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast. Here we are again with episode 7, and this episode is going to be about how do you flirt? Y'all check out my cheesy pickup line. How do you like your eggs? Runny? Because you've been running through my mind all day. How you like me now? Okay, that wasn't mine, but I thought it was corny and
Sound like you
cute.
should have a gold tooth.
Yeah, girl, gonna been over there.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so that is what we're going to be talking about this episode. Why did we decide to do
Yes.
this episode?
Okay, so we decided to take a hopefully lighter turn this episode. This time we are talking about flirting, like Jess said. We're going to define what it means to flirt, how we flirt, our experience of flirting, and the impact of flirting on our lives. And last but not least, we're going to analyze our definitions and actions regarding flirting and any awareness that comes about.
Right. So, Rena, let the people know, what is your definition of flirting?
Wow. Okay. I don't know why I always say wow because
You do. You be surprised by your own feelings.
I'm surprised by this outline that I'm about to read from.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so flirting for me, it's a seductive and sensual dance between two people. You know, it's a notice to someone that you're intrigued or interested in them in more than a platonic way. So
Okay.
that's my definition.
Okay. My definition, firstly, I think the actual definition is to behave as though attracted to or trying to attract someone, but for amusement rather than serious intentions. And I think my personal definition is it's like enticing another person's spirit to come out and play, like knocking on the door of their heart, being like, knock, knock, can you come outside and play? Like that's my
It's not always the
feelings.
heart.
That's true. It'd be blood there though, Okay. But that's my definition of it. It's just like, it's very playful. It's very light and very like I'm just trying to check you out and see what you about in the flirting aspect in the flirting department. That's my definition of it. Do you have a
Yeah.
flirting style, or is there a way that you flirt with others?
Flirting is, I don't,
Okay.
I guess, I know, right? I feel like my flirting style, if I had to have one,
Uh-huh.
is definitely like a wait for an invitation type of thing. Like
Okay.
it's just like a real slow burn to the point where you could risk it just like fizzling out completely.
Oh,
It's like,
wow.
so is this like a flame? Like, is this fire or is it just like smoke?
Oh,
You
gee.
know?
Okay. Okay.
Oh, so I think I just wear you down by being awesome,
Okay.
and
That's
until
kind of
you
fun.
can't,
That's fun.
yeah. Um, and I think I lead with just like a genuine interest in you,
Hmm.
and like focus and I give my attention.
That's pretty good
So
though.
yeah, I'm definitely not one of those like sensual people, like hand on the shoulder, thigh type of thing. I'm just so I think that's confusing. And I haven't really had a lot of practice with flirting either. I
Okay.
haven't really needed it. And since I'm like in a relationship, flirting
Right.
is actually dangerous for me. So
See, that's where I'm gonna stop you, because you should be still, everybody listen, you should still be flirting in your relationships. You should be flirting with your person. You're still enticing that person, your relationship person, to come out and play. See, this is where we get tricky.
based on my style, I'm still flirting.
Okay, because it's the slow burn.
Right.
Okay.
Real slow.
You so real slow. Okay, my style. I I feel like I definitely change my style for each individual person. Like if find you to be like a real intellectual individual, I will like envelop you in conversation about what interests you and, really kind of like tantalize your mind, if you will, allowing you to showcase what brings you joy. If I find you to be more soft-spoken person, I usually lead with a soft smile that feels inviting. I don't want to over sensationalize those types. If you look me dead in my eye and you are an aggressive flirt, I will meet you where you are and I will hype that thing up. I will be aggressive back with you. I will give you all of that like energy that you're giving me. Like if you come at me like, damn girl, I'm be like, damn girl. You know what I'm saying? Like I could definitely match your energy. I'm talking all with my eyes and my smile, and I'm touching my hair, and I'm lightly touching you. And most of all, in all of these techniques, my main objective is to make the other person feel like seen and special and desired, even if it's just for that moment. That's definitely like my style of flirting. It
So
varies.
you're for everybody. You
I
got
am
something.
I am a for exactly. I'm what was I gonna say? I'm like, what's the bag? They say like a what am I trying to say?
A
Where it's
bag of
like a
tricks.
oh bitch, no, not no bag of tricks. But I mean maybe. I mean I'm a mixed
Wait
bag,
a
I guess.
minute.
I mean, I
A
wasn't
mixed
gonna say
bag.
no bag
Jack
of
of all
tricks, but
trades.
jack of all trades. That's what we'll say. Oh, bag of tricks. Listen here. No, but I mean, it's more like a jack of all trades. It is because I do enjoy flirting. I find it to be like a little mini boost. It's like it's like my drug of choice because I don't do drugs. So my flirting would be like a little endorphin boost when you can kind of go there with somebody, or you can make them smile, or you can make them feel a little bit better about themselves so that they leave from the interaction feeling like a boost up. That also gives me a boost up. And I don't know, I really enjoy it. It's
That's
dope.
dope. That's a dope perspective. I don't think I've ever thought of it that way. Because what I hear you saying is that you flirt not just to take something from the situation or get something out of the situation, but to give. Like at the
Yes,
end of the day, if the person is just blushing and like just feels good, you're like, yes,
I
like
did my job.
yeah,
Yes, yes.
okay,
The blush is the ultimate compliment from the interaction of flirting. Like the blush and the look away, and then like just the feeling of like that person feels wanted or desired or even acknowledged. I mean, we are in a society where we are so closed off. We are so like, I have to do what I have to do and I'm for myself. I mean, we're very individualistic, and I think anytime you can break that down and have that connection, that human connection, I don't know, it's an enjoyable experience, at least for me. Now, is there a way that you like to be flirted with? Is that a thing for you?
uh, yeah, I think hmm. I think for me it's I probably want to receive what I give.
Okay.
I don't want it to be like too much, like too overt.
Okay.
Like 'cause I feel like that turns into like it's a little creepy for me.
Hmm.
So I guess I would want just I maybe not as slow of a burn.
Okay. You want a little bit more intent with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm a cautious flirter probably.
You mean
So
that
like
that's what you want?
that's what I want. What I want is probably somebody to be maybe just a smidge more forward,
Okay.
but not like just like super intense, like just staring in the eyes and like, like
Okay.
Lakeith in the photograph. Did you see that? You saw
I
that
did.
movie. He was just like, yeah, at certain points, he just looked like he was just going to like devour her. And she's just kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a bit much. Like,
You
I
don't want
think
that kind
just
of
a more,
attention.
yeah, just a more subtle approach. Like, keep your hands to yourself because I don't really want you touching me like
Yeah.
that. Like
Yeah.
some people get a little too like a nice little like little hand like
Little
touch or
tap.
something, but people be getting a little rubby and I'm just
Yeah.
like, hey, wait a minute. So I think that's what I would prefer. I want it to be a bit of a challenge. I don't want it to be like just out there. Like it's kind of like, let me see what you're trying to do. and let me
Yeah.
see what I can do, and then
Right.
kind of work it out that way, if that makes sense at all.
It does. I feel like that's a lot of people's version of what they would like. They want it to be soft and subtle and like no hands. Don't touch people unless they've given you permission, or you can really
Right.
fully feel that that's the kind of energy that they are willing to accept. I really feel like we need to keep our hands to ourselves. Me too.
Right.
Hello, hashtag me too. Keep your
Exactly.
hands
That's
to
really the
yourself.
whole
Hashtag
problem.
consent, like
Right. Hashtag
exactly.
consent. Like, why do
Hashtag
you have
consent.
to touch people? Like,
Right.
just tell them I like you. I'm interested in you. Like, why you gotta
Right.
put hands on
Use your
people?
words.
But
I be telling
right.
my niece and nephew when they want to be having tantrum. Use your words. Cause I can't interpret a tantrum. I can't. I just can't. You can have one, but I'm letting you know if you want something to be done, if you want some kind of outcome, some kind of action to be taken, I need words. And that's the same for flirting. Use your words. I mean, not always. It doesn't have to always be so wordy, but definitely don't use your hands unless you've been given permission and
Right.
things of that nature. Okay, so for
So,
me, um, my style preferred. Huh. Okay, I think I'm an enigma of sorts, as it really
okay.
depends on like my mood, the setting, and the person for what I like to receive. It depends on all these things. So there's a variety of things that will make certain things work. I certainly like to feel like I'm the center of your attention. That's like number one, no matter what's going on.
So the key would work for you.
I mean, in a certain setting, in a certain mood, definitely it would. You looking at me and I'm looking at you and I'm like, okay, I see you seeing me. I see that all you see is me right now. And I'm gonna give you all that attention back. Like I definitely could feel like that would work because first of all, Lakeith is fine as fuck. He's dark, he's handsome. Now, if it was somebody else just staring so intently, and I'm not in the mood and I'm trying to eat my dinner or I'm trying to read my book and you just stare and giving me all your attention, my nigga, look away. Like blink. I'm frightened. You get what I'm saying? So like it's definitely about the type of person, the mood, the setting, all of that thing. So it's like I like a little bit of everything. I guess if I really think about it though, if I don't know you at all, like I've never talked to you, anything like that, I appreciate a slow admiration flirt. So, like, check
Okay.
it. I'm gonna set the scene for what I mean. So,
Okay. Okay.
I, okay, so like, I see a girl at a coffee shop that I think is cute, right?
Hmm.
She's casually reading, but not too enthralled with her book. I approach and I ask, hey, is there anyone sitting here? Pointing at the table and chair nearest her. Hopefully, no one is, and I sit. I look on her table for an a way to, initiate a conversation. I see she's drinking a drink with a pink hue, and I ask about it. She smiles and she tells me it's strawberry passion. I smile back and I say, damn, that sounds sexy as hell. We laugh. I ask her name and we go from there. So, like, I enjoy subtleness in that sense if I don't know you. You know what I
To
mean?
me,
Like,
okay.
that
I
was
guess that is
forward.
subtle.
It is
No,
subtle.
I
You really don't know this person
get.
at
I guess
all.
it is subtle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't.
I just you lost me after she was reading and then you interrupted her. And I was like,
See,
"Oh,
that's
this
why
bitch
I said.
interrupted her
That's
while
why I
reading."
said
How you
it's
going to make
all
the decision that she's casually reading?
because I'm a reader and I can see when I am reading and I'm just in the book. I've not looked up once and I'm just turning the pages and I don't see my surroundings. I'm actually in the book. I'm like a part of this story. I can see that you do not want to be. You got headphones. You got all this stuff. You're not trying to be interrupted. But if it's
Right.
like you turn a page, you read a page, you look up, you look around the room, you're engaging in your surroundings in your community. That's when I know, okay, you're not as enthralled in this book, and my interruption won't be like, damn bitch, you saw me reading. It'll be like, oh, this is a welcome interruption. You know what I mean? Because
Okay.
I go to coffee shops to meet people sometimes, but I have my books and I have my writing things, and sometimes I don't mind. It's all about reading the situation to
Yes.
some degree. I mean, it's a practice, it's an
It takes
art.
skill. It
It
takes
takes
skill
skill.
because
Yeah.
I think I have a bad relationship with flirting because I'm always the person getting interrupted at the coffee shop or on the
Okay.
bus. while I'm
Okay.
reading or listening to music by somebody who's trying to flirt with me, and
Uh,
they didn't read the situation.
right. I
So
feel
now,
you.
so now I've gotten to this point where I'm just like, you know what? I want to initiate the flirting
Uh,
when I want to be bothered.
right.
Don't bother me. If your flirting bothers me, you're
Uh,
already done.
right. I mean, that's not flirting at that point because, like,
They think it's flirting.
they don't know. See, this is the problem.
So don't flirt with me if you don't know.
They don't know
Because I
that
already
they don't
fucked up.
know. They don't know that they don't know. The problem is we need like classes. We need
We do.
classes. We
We
need
do.
like you
So
know
we
how
gonna
they have
start
like
your
the love
classes.
languages. Yeah, you know how they have the love languages. They've broken it down. You like touch. You like physical touch. You like intimate. What is it like? Quality time. They have all these things that they've broken down. They need to break down different varieties of flirting. What you like. What you like to give. You know what I'm saying? And that way
Think
you
you
can
got a
find your
book,
thing.
sis.
Okay, it's about time to start doing some research. But yeah, like I feel like if we could get into the psyche and the understanding, because you're absolutely right. You don't want to be interrupted at all. If you got a book in your hand, leave her the fuck alone. And what are the
You got
signs for that?
headphones in. Don't ask
Headphones,
me what the fuck time it is.
right,
Don't ask me if we're on the bus, where your stop is.
right.
Because I'm just gonna think you're stupid.
Oh
Like, why
God.
you on the bus and don't know where you going?
See, I have done that though. So damn. Okay, I feel you. Because I don't take the bus frequently. I don't be knowing shit. And I'll be like, wait, is
So
this
you
right?
just hopped on a bus and don't know where to go?
Sometimes I have. And then, but I ask questions. I'm a questioner. I like questions as I feel like it gives you the answers. You know what I mean? You feel me? No? A little? I mean, so yeah, I feel like if we had a situation where we kind of knew some signals, we knew who we were as far as our flirtation like skills and level, and how do you level up? Like, do you feel comfortable in your skill level? Are we moving on to impact? Let's move on to
I
impact.
think that's
You
what's happening. Yes.
yeah, okay. So let's go with your impact, and then I'll say my impact, and then we'll go a little deeper.
Okay, my impact's really short because there is none. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, like I've never been a flirt. You
Okay.
know, like I have no game at all. I've never. I don't play games. I don't. I don't know. For me, I never really made flirting fun. It was never. It was anxiety provoking. It was like, I see that person over there. Do I really want to risk the rejection for that person?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm gonna sit here and read.
Right.
You know, and if you just happen to come up and I guess I'm casually reading, and and strike up conversation, then we could go from there.
Right.
But I don't know. Like I've been in a long term relationship since my early 20s, and
Okay.
we started off as friends,
Yeah.
and it just blossomed from there. So I don't think I really developed like a flirting style, like an active flirting style.
Yeah.
It's always kind of been like we're friends, we vibe, and like now we're more.
Okay.
Um, and I guess with that, I've never really had any reason to try to like I guess work on flirting skills.
Okay.
But it's interesting because now that you're talking about it, you're like, you should flirt within your relationship, to keep it
Yes.
interesting and all of
Yes.
that. And, I guess that's a thing. So
Yes. It's a thing.
that's a thing. That's a
Mhm.
thing. So yeah. So now I just feel like when I go out into the world, I'm like, I'm done with flirting. I don't have to do that. Like I don't give off that vibe at all. Like
Yeah.
I'm looking for, I'm loyal. I am now a loyal, obedient partner. So
Not obedient.
so I don't need
Okay.
that flirting riffraff.
Uh-oh.
Um, but I think like now and talking about it, I'm a little concerned.
Yeah.
Just a
Yeah.
little that I don't know more about flirting and kind of
Yeah.
tapping to that sensual side because I do think it's important.
Mhm.
Even like you said, being in a relationship is important. So
Definitely.
I'm just like, okay. Like, and like you said, like flirting just it isn't well not kind of like it is for the person that you're flirting with, but it's
Mhm.
also for you.
Exactly.
It's like you're putting yourself out there and you're saying, like, I'm worth being liked in return. So I think it's a confidence thing. And I
Yeah.
think, the better you flirt, it's almost like the more you kind of like yourself or enjoy yourself and see yourself as a worthy partner. So if anything, I think flirting is something that I need to brush up on. I guess I need to take your course whenever
You
you decide to
do.
write and
Yeah.
identify my flirting style and see if I like that and then see how
Yeah.
I level up from there, because I guess it isn't something that you're supposed to just do once, and then it just dies. I
Try
feel
to
like
trap somebody with
that
your flirt. No,
yeah,
that's
it's
not
like,
it.
gotcha. Now I don't need that shit no more. Run away. You know?
Oh, no, that's not how it
That-
goes.
you
You said
know, it's
what?
like the Hinge app commercial, like the app that's meant to be deleted. You haven't seen that campaign?
No, what is that?
Like, okay, so I watch Hulu. So
Okay.
I see this ad all the time where it's like the Hinge app, the only dating app that's meant to be deleted. So as soon as you find that person you're supposed to be with, then you delete the app. And like
Okay.
the app, you keep using it, and then you keep burning through it, and then you just see like the Hinge like mascot just getting burned and slashed up till you
Oh,
like get rid of it completely.
oh wow. I have not seen
Okay,
that. So that's
well
what
you
you're
should
saying
check
your
it.
flirting style is. You like,
Yeah, it's
once I'm
like
done, I'm done.
I got something in the net, and I said throw that shit out. Don't need it no more.
Wow.
Right, that's it.
Interesting. That's interesting. Okay. Well,
Tell me all your adventures of flirting now,
okay,
because
so cause what?
it's coming.
It is coming.
It
Um,
is.
I'm a flirtatious person by nature and cultivation. So I practiced it and I continue to learn new techniques. Because of this, I really find that I meet the best of people because, like I said earlier, flirting is an invitation to come out and play. And I feel like what's missing from a lot of people's lives is play. We're so work and we got a goals and we got a money and we got a house and we got a da, 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 da. Like playing is it's missing. We are so starved to come out and just be light and jovial and lighthearted, especially Black people and Black women in particular. Like we're just so strong woman and da da da. Like we just want to be free and we want to be light and we want to play and we want to laugh and giggle and play with our hair and all these things. Yeah.
But I do
So
have a question for you though.
ask.
I think the universe was telling you to shut up for a minute.
Oh, and bitch. Okay, I'm
No,
quiet.
I was gonna say, so do you think there's such a thing as like platonic flirting?
Definitely, definitely.
Like where because that's what it sounds like. You're like, come out and play. So
Yeah.
it's like it's not even like you're flirting to like bed somebody down. And I
No.
think that's how I see flirting. It's like you're just flirting and like say, "Oh, let me see who you are." Like let your inner child fly.
Yeah, let your hair
Like
down
who
and
are you? Like let's
right,
be sensual, let's be human and shit.
right.
Like let's
Let's play.
play.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what I was saying. Like it's a happy
You show me
suspense.
yours, I show you mine.
Exactly. It's like suspense and anticipation of something good possibly happening. I find that
But
people are
isn't that
generally
just making
happy and
friends?
kind. No, because sometimes it's a
What's the
one-off. Sometimes it's that person that the barista behind the car. Like that's my favorite. I go because they have so many demands on their day and they have so many people barking orders at them or being mad that the order was wrong. I will go and flirt like hell with the barista and just look them in their eyes and be very sensual or very like playful or very whatever I'm feeling in that moment. And when I leave that interaction, they have had a boost up and they have a little shot of serotonin and they got a little bit of dopamine because they can go on a little bit more in their day. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's just about play for me. It's mostly
so
never,
playfulness?
I'm not gonna say never, but not, no, let me be realistic. 7 times out of 10, I'm being playful. I'm being fun and I'm being light. And I just want
Slow
that to
down.
be a part of your life. Then 3 times out of 10,
Mm,
I think you fine as fuck. And I'm trying to see what that thing do. You know what I'm saying? What that
okay.
mouth
So
do.
how
Understand?
okay, let me ask you this then. Is there like a difference in your approach between those two?
Sometimes. Sometimes it's so tricky and it's such a thin line between it sometimes. And I feel like it's just about the other person's energy who's receiving it. So if my
Okay.
super light and playful energy is matching yours, that could lead to a conversation where now we are sexual and sensual with it. But if you are just in a spirit where you're receiving it playfully, then that's all it's going to be. I think it's definitely about a match. It's definitely about a match. And it's about intent too for me. So when I'm intending to be light and playful, sometimes it can be confused because people are starved for fucking attention. So any attention sometimes
Right, because I
seems
was gonna say
like
this sounds like it can get your ass in trouble,
it can, but that's when
and
you're
your
very
ass has
honest.
gotten in trouble.
Yes, I have, but that's
I'm
why
not going.
I'm very open and honest. You gonna what? What you
Uh
about to call
huh.
me out? What you about to call me out?
Nah, nah, I ain't gonna say nothing. Ain't gonna say nothing.
What was you about to
Say
say?
nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
I don't believe you.
Nothing.
I don't believe you. No, but really, no, listen, like, I mean, I think that's when you're open and honest with yourself and you say, okay, sometimes the world thinks that I'm flirting, trying to bed them. I have come up with techniques um and ways to mitigate that situation. No, it doesn't always work. Yes, sometimes there are hurt feelings involved, but I try to do my best to make sure that it's a positive interaction. That there's no 100% guarantee in anything in life. So yes, of course, sometimes the way that I flirt appears to be an invitation for something more when it's simply I'm trying to put into your life happiness and joy and light, and I found you cool and I thought you would be receptive of that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, the impact is that I enjoy it and I feel like it's a necessary part of life. I want to be flirted with. I like to flirt because, like I said, most of the 7 out of 10 times, I'm just being light. I'm just being jovial. I'm just being, you know, fun and happy. And those other times, I don't know what is the difference that I don't know that I could really
Like, yeah, how do you let
say.
somebody know, like, I'm really interested in you? Like, I'm not just playing around. I'm not just exploring. Like, I want you. You the one I want. Like,
I feel like for me, it's consistency. So if
so you
I
just gonna
flirt with
wear
you,
them down.
it's kind of the same, but it's like a hot burn, it's
You gonna
spicy.
look
So
keep them.
I'm not gonna keep them because I'm not gonna keep them, but I do feel like some intensity could help to to break down the barrier between are we playing or are we serious. So recently I've been back into the dating world, and there are so many different types of styles. There's this one girl who is just very straightforward, and she just like, I like this and I want this from you, and I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. Interesting. Then there's another girl who I can't quite figure her out. I'm like, what are we doing? Nothing, something, everything, okay. And then there's another person who's kind of like the right amount of sensual. So here's the thing. So flirting also is about proximity and distance. I okay, let's take the barista for example. I see the barista, I go in and I'm just very light and jovial. So then we
Mm-hmm.
have the distance of the counter between us. Let's say I
Mm-hmm.
go every day and do the same thing, but lightly different, and we kind of start to develop this bond. It's still behind the counter. Let's say she comes from behind the counter and I step closer to her. And now my voice is a little deeper and I'm maybe saying some of the same things, but I'm seeing her interaction with me of how she's accepting what I'm saying. Is she leaning into me? It's all about body language. It's body language, it's eye contact, it's the engagement with one another when you start to break it down from friendly to maybe something more. So there's another person who I've been sort of kind of flirting with, and she gets very close to me. Listen, don't be counting. Don't be counting. Don't be counting. No, but it's just she gets very close to me and she just talks really kind of low, and she just says things, and it's not even sexual things necessarily. It's just very
Like,
light.
hand me the remote.
You're so fucking stupid. Not hand me the remote, but more like, so how was your day? You know what I'm saying? That's not sexual in the least, but you're close to me.
Hey, hey, you got $1?
Not bumming no dollar. That ain't sexy. Let me bump the money talking about, hey, hand me no, that's not cute and that's not flirting. I'm gonna have a whole ass book. I'm gonna write you a book, Ring Ring. I'm gonna write you a book
Okay.
because
Okay.
it's an art. It's an art.
It sounds like it. So
Can you
I
say
got
that?
another question for you. Oh, I said it sounds like it.
Yeah, you got another question for me?
I do. I have another question for you. Okay, so since you are newly entering into the like dating, flirting scene,
Right.
you feel like there's a difference in your flirting now that like the way you flirt now from before because you're coming out of and I you've spoken about this you're coming out of a long-term relationship,
Right.
so do you think there's any difference or did you just like kind of jump back into it?
It has taken me some time to kind of like remember my style. Because even while I was in the relationship, I was still flirting, but it was more so like the
With her?
with her and also with other people, but with the
Everybody
other
else?
with everybody else, but it was really more so like the platonic flirting that I was talking about earlier.
Okay.
I was still doing that. And so when I got back out into the dating, I did feel like I was still kind of in the platonic mode of flirting. And I feel like I'm still actually working on how I want to flirt non-platonically, romantically, if you will, because I also don't want to come off like I'm just trying to be sexual because that's not where I am either. And so
Mm,
I'm struggling with a lot of different like things that I'm like, okay, if I go there sensually, does that mean they're going to want to go there sexually? And I don't know that I'm quite ready for that. Um, so yeah, I think it's taking me time. I'm starting to like work my foot there. I work my foot in the door and kind of like, kind of finding myself again and finding my balance again of what that romantic flirting looks like. Um,
mhm.
because it is very individualistic as well. So I have to really get to know these people to really do my best at flirting. So my best
Okay.
comes from research. It comes from seeing that, okay, Rena's not the type to want to be interrupted in while she's reading. So I would never do that. I would wait until you close your book and then be like, I saw you reading. What was that about? And like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe make it very tailored. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm still definitely trying to get back into the swing of things because it's kind of hard. It is kind of hard.
It sounds like you gotta be open to flirt.
You
Like you
do?
gotta like be an open person. And I think I'm just realizing I'm like, yo, you're like hella like closed off.
Are
Like
you?
me, I'm hella closed off.
Right.
I
Right.
feel like cause I'm just like flirting, nah, like stiff arm, like leave me alone.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But to you it just sounds like you're just kind of open to meeting people, getting
Mm,
to know people, leading with a little sensuality, not like full force, but just kind of
right.
saying, hey, we're adults,
Right.
you know, we have adults have needs, humans have needs.
Right.
I'm sensual. You may or may not be sensual. Let's
Right.
get to know each other. I'm
Mhm.
open to whatever this could be.
Right. That's exactly what it is. I mean, it's definitely an openness to possibilities. You know,
Right.
that's really what it
And I
is.
think so being in a relationship and just kind of me being like, I feel like I'm like closed off, like
Yeah.
lock and key with the bolt on and then a chain,
Damn.
you
Damn,
know, and then a
girl.
screen door. And then it's like
Bitch,
the
not a
inside. I
screen
don't know what's on the
door.
inside, maybe on the outside.
Right.
But and it's like, is that really needed? Even if you're in a relationship, is that required? Like, what what am I like missing out on or depriving myself of by being so closed off?
I think for me, it unlocks the dreamer part of you. It unlocks the fascination and the imagination and the joy that comes from somebody vibing with you, somebody liking you. You know what I'm saying? Long-term relationships are hard enough because you've got familial things, you've got financial things, you've got all these things, but to be able to come home and see somebody like still they want you despite and because and regardless of all the things that come with you, they still vibe with you and they trying to get to know you because literally we change every single day. The person that you're with right now is technically not the person you got with. She has changed over the years, and so have you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
flirtation allows for that openness, like you said, to get to know one another, to continue to get to know one another, because that's important. In order to continue a long-term relationship, you have to continue getting to know one another and saying, like, who are you? What do you like? Let me take you out on a date, girl. You looking kind of fine this week. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you looking real sexy in them boots,
Okay.
baby. Like, oh shit, you might want to kiss.
Not the
You know,
boots.
I don't know, whatever they wear.
Yeah.
I feel like it's important to foster that in relationships even more so than when you're single, because when you're single, everybody's kind of trying to, trying to get somewhere, but y'all are already somewhere. And
Yeah.
if you're not careful, then you are still liking and loving a person that doesn't exist anymore. But flirtation allows you to be
Oh,
open in order to continue to get to know that person. That flirtation is going to open that person up, and they're like, oh shit, let me tell you about my day. And it may be something that they never expressed to you before, but because they're open, they're feeling light, they're feeling like attended to. I mean, you find that your person, it doesn't matter what their flirtation style is, whether it's subtle, whether it's ongoing, the purpose is to open you up and to say, like, who are you? Like, that's why people flirt romantically. They're like, oh shit, I'm trying to get to know you. So with your partner, to continue that is to say, I know that you're changing and I'm still interested and I still want to get to know you. I want to continue getting to know you for the rest of our lives, because you will continue to change. There's not one person that is the same from the day they're born to the day they die. Not one of
right.
us. So I feel
Right.
like it's very important in relationships to give that attention and to let them know you are still special, you're still seen, I still see you, I still think you're special, I still want to get to know you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like developing a style, you don't have to develop anybody else's style, like you were saying, like Lakeith in
Right.
the photograph. You don't have to be this guy.
Nah, not
It's
doing
not
that.
your style, you know what I'm saying? But
Nah.
you can implement who you are in flirtation. And I am going to do some research. I'm going to do some research now. Now you got me
Right.
interested,
It's
because like I
right.
really want to know.
It sounds like flirting is so much more important than anybody like gives it credit for.
I
Like
agree.
it's so because like just talking about it, I'm like, yo, so flirting is low key. It's like discovery. It's self
It
discovery.
is.
It's like your feelers,
Yes.
that you're putting
Yes.
out there for people. And it sounds like it's therapeutic. Like,
It
if you're
is.
having a shitty day or if somebody's having a shitty day, it could completely be turned around
Right.
by flirting. And
Agree.
I feel like flirting gets kind of like a bad rep sometimes. They're like, oh, you're such a flirt or
Yeah.
whatever. And then jealousy comes into it. But I think if we approach it like, oh, it's a need, it's kind of like something it's like getting to know yourself
Right.
and how you interact with others.
Exactly.
Then, maybe flirting isn't it doesn't have to just always be about sex.
Right. And I
And
think
I
that's
think
where we need
that's
to
what it
clear it
is.
up. Yeah, I
Right.
agree.
It's more than that. It doesn't
Yeah.
even have to be that. It's just saying like I know you could want me
Yeah.
and I'm gonna see if you want me, and if you don't want me, somebody else gonna want me. You
Yeah,
know?
that it could be that, or it could be like, I see that you are a person, and I want to see you smile, like for the simple pleasure of seeing you smile. Like that's for me. Sometimes when in those 7 out of 10 times like that I was talking about, a lot of times is I want to see another human being smile. I want another see another human being blush. I want to see another human being have a good day. I want to see another human being have that interaction be a positive part of their life. And it doesn't have to be a long stretch, a long period, but just in that moment when someone comes up to me and it's like, so one time I still remember this to this day because it was so amazing. I was having a really bad day. I This was years ago. I had flown out to see someone, and on my way back, I missed my plane. And so when I missed my plane, my ride couldn't be there. So I was just sitting waiting in the airport, Hartsfield Jackson Airport, busiest airport in the fucking United States. I'm just sitting there on the phone, mad, mad. I'm just mad. And this dude randomly goes by and he's like, I just want you to know you are really beautiful. And kept going. He didn't want anything from me. He wasn't trying to give me nothing. He just wanted to give me that compliment and go on about his day. And that changed my day around. my day immediately was different. And that is my goal, to impart on somebody something that they can take and use if you're having a bad day, or remember when you have a bad day, or just have this positivity, this little bit of
Right.
positivity that came from a stranger. You don't know me. I don't know you. I had no reason to compliment you. I had no reason to make you smile. I had no reason to give you joy, but I did because I wanted to. And that, I feel like it's kind of like my act of kindness to the world, if you will. And that's how I view it. Mostly. Mostly that's
Your flirting is your gift to the world.
that sounded hella
No,
sad.
no,
That
no,
sounded
no,
hella
no,
sad. Oh my God. I don't feel like that, like I'm
no,
God's gift or
no, no,
anything.
no.
Mean, you get on my nerves,
That's
Rena.
not how it's coming off. That's not how it's coming off. But I just had to do that. I just had to do that. No, but I get it because like there will be moments where like I see somebody and I'll be like I want to say something, but I don't want them to think I want them.
Right.
So so then I just won't say it. But that's an opportunity that I could have. I don't know what that person was going through. I don't know why the universe made me want to say that thing to that person.
Right.
It could have been something they needed to hear at that moment. So
Right.
just kind of thinking of it that way, I feel like my relationship with flirting, like I feel like we're going through like everything we've discussed so far in all our
Yes.
episodes. Like I feel like with flirting, you have to lead with your intention.
Agree.
You know, and then, because like usually when people flirt with me, I think you want something from me. So
Yeah.
that makes me want to stiff arm people. I'm
Damn.
like, you snake oil salesman, like,
Wow.
don't come over here, trying, nah, I don't need that. I don't need
Right.
none of that you selling.
Right.
Um, but really it doesn't have to be that. It could just be that they just want to see you smile.
Right.
However awkward it is when I'm looking at you like, get away from me. What you want? You know?
Right. Right.
So, so yeah, just and then also I feel like flirting also has a lot to do with like self-love.
Yes.
Like if you feel good about yourself, like if your cup is full,
Mhm.
then you could like, slosh your drippings everywhere. That
That
sounds really
sounds
gross.
so nasty.
That's
Oh my
so
God.
bad. This is
Ew.
why I don't flirt.
Ew.
It sounds
Rita. Oh my God. Oh
oh my
Jesus.
god. I need to do that. That was really bad. My bad.
We gonna have a class. We about to have a
Sometimes my
master class.
creativity gets away from me. But
Mhm.
but like, like if you feel good about yourself, then you have that extra love to give to other people. So you could go up to someone and say, you know what? Like I'm just loving your whole look today.
Yeah.
Like you walk off,
Right.
and give them a little bit of something. And
Yeah.
then, and turn it around. So like I guess I didn't know how like therapeutic and complex flirting is, but this is what we do. We take something simple and then just
No, we don't know how to do simple shit.
we
We don't know how
don't.
to do light shit. But I feel like this was lighter
This,
though. I feel like
this
this
is
was
hella
lighter.
lighter.
Hella lighter.
Super
We
light.
doing good. We getting better. We getting there. We getting there,
The
y'all.
lightest we've had.
You said what?
Super light. It's the lightest one we've had.
It is the lightest one we've had.
Super light.
I'm glad with it. So with that being said, how do you cope with your definition or with your understanding of flirting, or how do you address your lack of flirting? Like what does that look like for you?
For me, I definitely need to get more in tune with my sensuality or sense of sensuality. Um, because I feel like things are better, like I just said, when you're feeling it and when you feel good about yourself and you know, there that way you can give like a better version of yourself to others.
Mm.
And then that reflects back on you because we're all mirrors. So like
Yeah.
if I'm feeling good about myself and I come up to you and I'm just like, yo, your hair, just everything, it's just fantastic. And they
Yeah.
smile, yeah, and
Yeah.
that comes back to me, like I did good, you know?
Exactly.
Um,
Exactly.
so I think I just need to work on that. Maybe I've gotten into such a routine, just this mundane, monotone routine. And maybe I just need to shake things up a bit. And flirting could be a way to do that. So, I need to work on liking me so that I can have that confidence because confidence is attractive,
It is.
and, I want to be attractive for myself and my partner.
Yeah.
So, flirting doesn't have to just be about getting into a relationship or getting things from people,
Right.
but, it could just, it sounds like it's just a part, like a healthy part of interaction with people.
I think so. I think so. Um, I think I will address this by continuing to flirt to my heart's content.
Spreading your gift,
Spreading my
gossiping about
gift to the world. Would you say my drippings? Giving
as
my
a thing.
drippings to the world? You're so fucking nasty. Oh my God. Oh my God. I was like, ugh. Oh, that's gross. Oh my God. Oh, oh Jesus. Okay. Ugh, I'm
Like
just thinking about it. Ugh, gross.
I heard it was so poetic,
Oh, wow.
like
That
that
was what
writing
happened in your
name
head?
was like, oh, that description, and then it get turned into a nightmare as I was
Did.
saying it. I was like, oh my gosh,
Did. I
no.
was like, this is scary. I'm scared, Rena. But no, I enjoy it. And I feel like it brings joy to people. And it certainly brings me joy. So I
Mhm.
will continue to look for opportunities to flirt, and I will look for opportunity to encourage flirting because I feel like it's a beautiful invitation to get out of your head and enjoy the little time we have on the planet. So like if you don't know how, watch someone you admire flirt, try their style until you find your own, because it is just an opportunity to connect with another human being very lightly, very in passing. It doesn't have to be so heavy. It doesn't have to mean anything. It
Right.
doesn't have to require so much. It's just like you said, I see you, queen, with that crown on your head. I see your crown looking glorious, and walk on and be about your day. And she's gonna be thinking about that all day. When people tell me my hair look good, I'll be like, oh shit, my hair look good. And that shit lasts me all day, sometimes the next day, sometimes a week, sometimes a month. With the things that have been going on in my life, there's a lot of negativity, there's a lot of sadness, there's a lot of all these things. But when someone puts that little bit of positivity, that can go a very long way. That can help in some of my darkest times, some of my saddest times, some of those very low points, those moments where you're interacting with other human beings and they're giving you a little bit of their positivity, a little bit of their light. That is it's very needed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pretty much, long story short,
Uh-huh.
put the Oreos down, put the donuts down, put the weed down, put that drink down, and just get out there and flirt, and you'll feel better.
I feel like that is very good advice. I feel like that's great advice because for real, human interaction, we are designed to be communal people. Just think about the US. I've traveled the US extensively by car. I've done a lot of road trips. There is
Mm-hmm.
so much space in the United States. There is no
Yes,
reason to live on top of each other, but we do
but
because
we
we
do.
need we need each other. We want to be
Mhm.
close. We want that interaction. So just imagine
Mhm.
if you give that little bit and get that little bit, how your life can be impacted. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Hmm.
I did not know that this conversation was going to go this way.
Yeah.
I was like, because when you brought this up, because of course this is Jess's topic,
Of course.
all the dark, stormy ones, that's me. But so of course this is all Jess. And I'm like, oh, we're gonna talk about flirting. Ugh, ugh, who needs that? But
Right.
no, I think I came out of this with a real understanding of
I'm
flirting. And
glad.
it's gonna look horrible at first. It's gonna be like watching a baby giraffe being born and trying to walk. But
Wow. But eventually he
I'm
walks though.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Eventually. Eventually. No,
Jesus.
no,
I need to
no.
write this book sooner
No,
than later.
no,
He's
no. I
like,
mean, I think you sparked a little intrigue. I'm like, let me go out there and
good.
see. Let me talk to my girlfriend first and let her know what I'm doing, and then
Right.
and start with her.
I was
You
just about to
know,
say, start
and
with her. What the fuck?
I'm like, Jess told me to go out there and flirt with
Don't get
everybody.
me in trouble. Do not get me in trouble. Hell no. Lady, I didn't say that. That was her. I said flirt with you. So yeah, that's all.
But really, start with
This is
her.
a good topic. I think this is a really good topic, real
I'm
helpful.
glad. I know you were so hesitant, and I was like, I feel like we have two different views of it. So like we'll do the overview really quick, just
Always
so
have two different views.
we
But
do. The overview is basically Rena's view of flirting was very much so objective based. I need something, I flirt, I capture your ass, and now I'm done. I'm done with it. I don't want to do that shit no more. It's weird, and I don't like it. And my view is very much so this shit is therapeutic. I get to go out here and play and have a little fun interaction. It's a very minor, very small thing to be taken from me. I would like to give that, back to other people. And I think in both of those things, it's just an understanding of yourself and what it means. You know what I'm saying? It's just a very much
yeah.
so like your understanding of it is maybe changed a little bit now. My understanding of
Oh,
it,
absolutely.
it
It's
takes
the same.
nothing from me. Yeah, it's the same. It is the same. Um,
You've
but
changed my mind,
I'm glad.
bravo.
Thank you. Thank you. I do try. Okay, Pelosi. But I mean, I think overall it is a situation where it takes some inner work to see
Mhm.
why you don't like flirting. And not to say that everybody has to flirt. I'm not putting that out there, but I think if you have even a small inquiry in it, or you have a small desire, just take a focus. Take a look, take a listen. You know what I'm saying, to your heart and your mind and your understanding of why you don't like it, or why you do but you don't know how. And what does it look like for you when someone flirts with you, and how does that feel? And just taking that in,
Right.
and maybe trying to give that
Right.
feeling that you feel when someone flirts with you. Maybe not you, Rena, since you feel like you want to stiff on,
Yeah, nah.
but you working on it. You
I
working.
am. I'm working on it. Maybe I'll just take it, maybe I'll just be a little bit more open, just crack the door a little bit. So if somebody tries to flirt with me and offer me like a McDonald's breakfast sandwich, I'll just be like, no, thank you. But, I'm glad that I was worthy of receiving that sandwich.
That is very specific, but that's dope. I'm glad
Right.
you're open and willing. That is wow. And with that, we're gonna go on and wind it down. Is that what we're doing now? Did we do everything?
Yes.
We do everything we said. We said all our pieces. We
Yeah.
put all our pieces of the
Yeah.
puzzle.
You recapped it.
Okay. Okay. You feel good about it?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Okay.
No.
Any last thoughts before we go into meditation?
No. No, it's just get out there and flirt. Like, I'm
So
a believer now. I've been converted.
yay! And I hope I have converted some of you, and I definitely want a full report. So, anyway, we are going to get to my favorite part of the episode, which is meditation. I love this part of the episode because I feel like it gives us time to wind down and to reflect on the topic, to reflect on our day and everything like that. So, what I like to do is just a couple of deep breaths, and then we set our intention. So, come with us, take a couple deep breaths with us, set your intention, and then we'll be good for the day. So we'll take a couple deep breaths. Take a deep breath with me. One more deep breath. And we'll take our last deep breath. Today, I set my intention to flirt with people, to imbue or I don't know the word I'm looking for, but to give a light and energy and love to those people that could use it. That is my intention for the day.
And my intention is to be more open to people's intentions, and that their intentions could possibly be positive and not always negative.
That's a beautiful intention. And
Yes.
now we're going to take another set of breaths. Take one more deep breath with me. We're going to take our second breath. And we'll take our last deep breath. And now your intentions have been set for today. Go out there and flourish, sis. Today doesn't have to be a mess.
But it's okay if it is.
it, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in again. We are so grateful for your continued support. I see our followers are like building up on Instagram, and I'm like so excited. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You can find us at It's a Mess Sis on Instagram, Gmail, and Twitter, and that's It's a Mess Sis Podcast on Facebook. Let us know your thoughts on flirting. Are you good at flirting? Are you adverse to it? Do you want to be flirted with? How? Let us know all your thoughts and opinions about it. We love to get your feedback. We love to hear your opinions on this topic, on our thoughts and opinions. So yeah, let us know. We'd love to hear from you.
Yes. I always end it like that.
Just
yes.
Okay. Well, y'all, we
People
gonna
gonna
holler.
think something's wrong with me.
Well, would they be wrong?
Nah.
Okay, cool. But it's a good wrong. It's a good something wrong. It's like so intriguing. You know? We just gotta delve deep into that thing and see what's up. We're gonna keep on figuring you out, Rena.
Okay.
Okay. Well, anyway, we're gonna holler at y'all later. Peace.
It's a mess.
Hey, that's why
It's
I
a
can't
mess.
sing.
It's okay. He's gonna talk over my singing though. Okay, it's ready now.